Вона уж пане хитро. Да? Ага. Ва. Всем привет, поехали. Довольно. Как думаешь?
Oh gosh, it's so pretty.
Ничего себе так.
Marauders can't see us in the dark.
Меня не видят.
Wild canids, on the other hand. The matter's been weighing on me. Fact is, I can't go anywhere long as Zoe's missing. Disappeared without a trace. Marauders took her, I suspect. I go looking for Zoe, I leave the camp undefended, seeing as I'm the only one of us who knows her way around a gun. Hence my dilemma. It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere.
Если до нее добрать морды, то хорошо.
Could do without the gallows humor. I'll tell you what I can. Vex me. If she told anybody, they ain't telling me. I'd check her room, but I got yelled at for snooping once already. Little ways ago, she was always obsessing over her serial dramas. Wanted to see what the... Well, enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mind, he does. Could be. Dangers aplenty out there. No telling why marauders would steal somebody like Zoe. Got no useful... Marauder gang just moved into the districts a little ways east. Their numbers are growing. Gotta come from somewhere. What is it?
Right.
Don't see why Thomas can't just get the generator up and running. Something I can help you with? You mean Zoe? Yeah, we were pretty close. Not like her to go loping off. Zoe and I were going to watch the serials, as is our custom. She never turned up. I looked around, but she was nowhere to be found. You sound like some type of corporate fixer asking all these questions. Zoe was always obsessed with this serial. Masked Marketeer. A scion of Byzantium turns to banditry and teaches his marauder companions the wisdom of free market economics. Shame she up and vanished when she did. I had a surprise lined up for her. The other day I got my hands on a genuine copy of the latest Masked Marketeer. I was gonna surprise Zoe with it, but she was gone the next day. Can't say I recall Zoe ever acting strange. Well, except for her habit of writing things down on scraps of paper. She called it journaling, but I think it's just plain odd. Hey, I got time.
Итак, это день настал, своя сегодня должна идти по своей руке. Он слушал, как Керес угрозу во втором радио дикий бандил. Господики, устраивающие как на холм. Костер пачку может быть. Даже если колет головами могу что. И говорит, вроде меня вот такая жизнь, это простота и удобство, никаких правил. Думаю, если бы в организовании, то могли бы все тут захватить. Я спросил сейчас еда от Лайда еще из несколько банок кинца тоже хоть на парни, если там вещи андерна тайм, если нравится на нашему радаре, да, у меня чувство, что я разбойник сразу примет меня на банда, когда я каждый прошприцов буду круто, берегись, два истории своей королевы бандита только начинается под моим. Начал будет целая банда Моретов, может, я даже буду что-нибудь хватиться. Ясно. Дневник за стране не нас, а всех хватит. Довольно с меня один чуть дерево, никаких больше консервов, никаких больше спецодежды, хотите ли еще, я не знаю, зачем я это все написал. То вы всегда ненавидели консервы, давайте я именно думаю, что так как-нибудь буду это действовать, чтобы убить. У кого ты же ненавидел, ты дура. Просто из-за болезни все пары болею, и заболел, и взял слишком много антатама. Разве это преступление? Надо видеть какой-то личный. Да, что у нас там лично ответственность выживания своим силам, но и стоит только зажать коробочку, как тебя обвиняет в воровстве. Ясно. Почему? Ты сам убежал. застройся становится хорошо, но все и живая, и даже лучше старый ботанический лабораторий питает отряд поднявшись под выращивание еды и то, что можно хотя бы назвать едой, а они нас сварили как тело, как или влала. Ведь 2 раза в день, чтобы избавиться от симптомов на вкус ужасного, чувствовать себе лучше. Приятно оказаться далеко от консервного завода, у лаборатории, где хватает энергии для питания и дифферизора. Так что и смотрю все, чтобы я без этого делал. Там сумма, наверное, 5 убил всех соседей, сбежал холм, как дикий мародер. Я не знаю, звучит это слишком плохо, я уверен, всего голова ответит мародер. Ладно, разберем. Правда, чего в этом плохого? Банда разбойник, какое название? Вы нам предопределит 13 непобедимых сотня хулиганов, не считая Зои королевы с разбойников. Лучший сражение для ваших друзей и семьи способность напарника. Ваш напарник достигнул уровня, может получить новую способность. Перейдите на страницу напарника, нажмите кнопку способ, чтобы вы увидели все способности.
Nice one!
Рабочий. Увеличить максимум запас здоровья напарника. Увеличить уровень угрозы напарника. Атаки врага. Повышая вероятность, что он от того, что враги уберет его качестве. Повышая уровень угрозы напарника. Повышая ваш мир. Ответить права. Правильно ползание энергии армии это не удар между боем. Автомата. Повезло.
I don't know anybody who ever came out this far. Nice work!
Stand and deliver! Always wanted to say that. That had to hurt. Whoa. That had to hurt. That's the last of them.
Wow, you crossed them all off, like some sort of heroic accountant running down a list. Teach me your ways. What? You mean Adelaide's little congregation of nature-loving nobodies? I could not possibly be less interested in them. You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold. If I had half your skills, I'd be the greatest outlaw the coast has ever seen. Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong. I doubt that. Nobody in that camp really cared about me. Wait, you're telling me he's got a copy of The Masked Marketeer? Why didn't you say so? I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is going to be glaring knives at me, so I've got that to look forward to. I'm great at clarifying. I got kicked out of Edgewater on account of falling sick with plague and stealing some medicine to treat myself. I'd heard some outlaws set up camp in the botanical labs. I decided to throw in with them, seeing as I always wanted to be an outlaw myself. Instead, what do I find? But a bunch of former workers camped out around a greenhouse. I couldn't just go back to the cannery, so I was stuck with them. I don't know. The vital processes that constitute the miracle of life are mysterious and unknowable. Oh, you mean around these guys? The Marauders wouldn't hurt me. They love me. I'm practically their queen. Yeah, must be my natural charisma. I may have bartered them a few boxes of Adrena time, but yeah, I'm sure that's got nothing to do with it. No. I insinuated myself into their company, see? And they didn't seem to mind one whit. I've got all the time in Halcyon. I'm great at clarifying.
What happened? I'm not in the lightest of humors right now.
Самое лучшее настроение.
We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened anyway?
Я понял, хотя бы.
You pretty much did my job for me.
Думаю, я должен.
Least I could do is pay you for your trouble. Let me know if I can do something for you.
Если могу.
The matter's been weighing on me. Zoe came back, but I couldn't keep her from slipping out in the first place. Who's to say I could keep marauders from slipping in? I don't see us lasting more than a couple of weeks out here. I'm loath to admit it. We're gonna have to make our peace with Thompson and hope he takes us back. Listen, we go back to Reed, hat in hand, begging for our old jobs back. Well, Adelaide's not gonna forgive us. She never talked to us again.
Она нам босс не скажет. А так, оставаться для этого нужно.
Edgewater's not just a town to Adelaide. It's a symbol of everything that's wrong with this colony. A big, heartless machine of metal and gears grinding workers down to dust. We're the closest thing Adelaide's got to a family. We go back to Edgewater, she's gonna feel betrayed. Sure, suit yourself. I'll be here.
Home is where the heart is. Marauders took that saying a little too literally.
This is where the magic happens.
Здесь
Well,
творится волшебство, даже знаешь,
science.
что наука все
But it
происходит
still happens
именно
here.
Что? Да.
I think you did the rightest thing you could
Думаю,
sending the power back to Edgewater.
Поступили правильно, когда
A lot of people would have suffered
направили
otherwise.
иначе могли бы пострадать.
People I care for,
Мне,
even if
хоть
they
они
care much for me.
вредны, я скажу бы это то же самое мне. Чё, чувак?
This is a fine day.
Какой прекрасный
Power flows through our town
электрическая
like a
скорость,
cool
как
stream
поток
of water.
воды.
I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, when can I expect them back at their posts?
Суд, когда они смогут вернуться.
Then we are at an impasse. Stewardship over this town has been entrusted to me by Spacer's choice. I have made my share of mistakes, but I have done my best for this town. Her son got sick with plague a couple years back. Company never gave us enough medication to treat the whole town. So I had to choose, you see, Adelaide's child or someone else's. She's never forgiven me, and I don't expect she ever will. I have been holding this town together with both hands. You can't just expect me to leave. I am a Spacer's choice man. My father was a Spacer's choice man. Edgewater may not look like much to some buttoned-up freelancer, but it is my home.
Болезнь обходит людей отдаленно сторона, отдаленно выразился передально ясно, она не вернется, пока вы будете. А что же я пытался?
Unless you can demonstrate to me that we are helpless without her, I see no reason why I should stand down. You will excuse me for being skeptical. How exactly is Adelaide growing crops in barren soil?
Прости меня мой скептизм, но как Антон выражался.
And when you say special fertilizer, you mean what exactly? Adelaide has been using dead bodies in her fertilizer? That's... Come to think of it, that's a stroke of brilliance. What a remarkably efficient solution. Recycling Spacer's choice property long after its date of expiration. I was wondering about those missing bodies in Silas's cemetery. You're right, I am being obstinate. If the best thing I can do for this town is to stand down, then stand down I shall. If Adelaide's found a way to feed her people and cure the plague, then she deserves this office more than I do. I won't stand in her way. My life here is ended. Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I'm sure Adelaide will be glad to see the back of me.
Моя жизнь здесь подошла.
A couple months ago, I might have put in for a transfer. It's a big colony. Spacer's Choice has other towns. Now, I couldn't show my face in any of them. No such thing as an honorable resignation. Suppose I could find a place outside the walls, or put in for early retirement. I don't know. I could see myself lasting a week. I have always tried to do right by...
Да, это вопрос решения.
Something you need?
Да. Что я прав. Наведение. 6. Территория. 9. Что это добро на своем программе? Закончать задание уже. Туда-сюда. пойдем туда. Да. Загружается область. Здравствуйте.
Look at that.
Кого
The
я вижу?
snakes come
Змея
back.
снова здесь.
I
Никогда
never
я бы не
thought
думал,
I'd see
что
the day that
доживу
Reed
до дня,
Thompson
когда
abandoned his post.
после своего поста, что живу всех
Suppose we all have a breaking point.
что живу всех здесь.
Suppose it's time our flock made our way back to
Тоже,
Edgewater
наверное, что пора вернуться.
We must tend to what remains of the town and carry on with our lives as best we may. You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other. Here, I'm giving you something to leave us be. It's a ransom. You understand, not a reward.
Если будет так, увидите.
You're telling me you did all this just to put me in charge of Edgewater? Stranger, you are some kind of twisted. I might turn that old cannery into a garden. Got ourselves a whole cemetery bursting with bodies. I need some time to gather my personals. Long walk back to Edgewater. Got a considerable book.
Способности. Критический удар напарника. Что ему скачать? Что? Себе корабль сходить. Да. кораблю хочу дать от корабля. Там. Или... Часы дали брать, часы. Машины. Корабли дошли уже.
Is this your ship?
Так, это ваш
Oh
корабль,
my
вот
stars,
видите,
she
такой
is just
знак
so
любви, как мне
handsome.
такая
Does she have a name yet?
красавица.
What's her drive
Надо
model?
быть.
Oh,
Ну, что я разговаривал.
listen to me babbling.
Такая мечта.
When I was in
Настоящий
Edgewater,
корабль, а
I dreamed of
работать
flying on a rare ship,
настоящий команд.
working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling.
Понимаю, почему ты не хочешь. Никогда не был в таком корабле.
Well, it's kind of you to say that.
Приятно слышать, да, вы правы, я не был.
And you're right. I wasn't happy. I want to ask you something,
Я хочу,
and you can say no.
Правило мне
But-
отказать, но можно.
Can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves for my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too.
Они-
What do you think?
Ты мне пусть ты не знаешь. Рад возьму тебе законом можешь.
Yes! I mean,
то есть
thanks.
спасибо, не пожалуйста.
You won't regret this, mister. Captain.
О, это есть
I can call you Captain now.
А у меня
I got a captain.
Captain, I have detected that... What can I do for you, Captain?
Чем могу помочь, капитан? Я помочь нашел. Вы знаете, как устроен рекорд помочь?
Do you know how to install a power regulator?
Да, может,
Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you, across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
Хорошо. Я их пролез.
What can I do for you,
Чем
Captain?
могу помочь?
All systems are operating within acceptable parameters.
Значений.
I am prepared to bring the unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Круто.
We have received a communication request from
Доктор
Dr. Phineas
Финнес
Wells.
Уиллс просит вас связь. Отлично. Ага, а вот и ты. Доброе здоровье. Дальше собственного корабля.
There you
Вижу, ты
are,
наши
hale and
безнадежные,
hearty,
хорошие
and captain
пни,
of your own
жалкий
ship.
бывший капитан
I see you're
ужасного
putting
сна.
the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you. Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Culkelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Ключ для посадки. Ладно, так.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design. Cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the holographic shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters. Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Галактический плащ. Это галактический плащ создает для вас номерка зависимости, которая она позволяет вас закрыть зону, если у вас есть несколько трижды соответствует еще одна история. Так дизайн доступен только для места истории, останется решение выбирать на месте.
You might want to consider changing your clothes more often. Just to warn you, we may have a bedbug infestation. I am investigating non-toxic extermination measures. Non-toxic to you, I mean.
Что еще из корабля? Больше машина распределяла дополнительно. Автомат никак не реагирует на его корпус с нами, который... Первое, конечно, лучше.
Something busted, Captain?
Обидно, что сломался. Думаю, тебе лучше это будет. Да.
Thinking of tinkering at the workbench? I used to love watching Alex work. Now I like watching you.
Перераспределение очков способностей. Хотите потратить 500? Нифига мне тут. Вот сюда. Защита. Мина памятка. Посмотрю. Выше ваше. Открыть скачек дважды нажим. Соль. Все, да? Это, ребят, на этом закончу. Всем пока. Все,